Hi! I just wanted to show you the things that I've been doing on my island. One of the first things I wanted to show you were these darn steps. What happens on the island, I just have to switch myself around here, is that I think I may have gotten rid of this area and I could never get up this area without jumping. So I made steps, more steps. Steps are my forte here. I'm pretty good at them. So I made some steps for every area, this area, and then walking over to this area simply so I can get up and around if I start out at the main portion of the campus. The other thing I wanted to show you was my flags. I changed them so they are all American flags. I think I caught them all. Both sides, that was an interesting thing. They didn't change on both sides. So I flew around the island to change all my flags to an American flag. So hopefully we will see that. Otherwise, maybe we won't, but if we have to, we'll make a change. So in addition to that, I did add another building onto my island. It is a building that I got from, it's a garden center. So I actually got this building from when we switched our environments. I got a garden thing from, a garden island from Linda Kelly, Xandaru, any one of those. So that was something that I did. Now, typically what I've done is I've removed things to show things on my island. My island was pretty well put together. So what I wanted to do was show you, I think it's down here. I wanted to show you that I removed actually the helicopter pad. I could have teleported to it from the other area. So this is actually where the helicopter pad would be, and I added a garden center. So what I ended up doing, I actually extended the prims in this area. So these prims, there were 3 of them that I extended, simply because you could walk off the cliff, and I didn't really want anyone to have to do that. And then I added some potted plants to the edge, kind of as a border, lined up neatly along the edge. I added those benches for seating, and then I added the stairs. So originally, these prims that hold the stairs, I'll just walk down the stairs so I can turn around and show you. So these prims that hold the stairs were actually a part of another staircase. So I ended up taking them when I removed them. I forget where I removed them from, and but I've been able to reuse them. So, and the stairs, I actually got the stairs from somewhere. I didn't make the stairs. So lining those things up is actually a lot of fun. But again, I've noticed with the avatar that I actually need to have this at a certain height. So because of that, it just made it interesting that I had to raise the terrain, things like that, so that it could be at a certain height. I think over on this side, I didn't do a pathway here, but oh yeah, I did. So I just had to raise the terrain enough for me to walk up. I actually added the stairs on this side as well. And then here's my garden center. So I made the garden center a little bit smaller. I actually had to increase the size of the doorway. So I took away a part of the doorway here. So you could see I could select face, and I did this, and I could resize it, and I ended up doing that. And then I was able to make the door a little bit higher because I couldn't actually get into the house. Now, the funny thing about this garden center, it was in fact a garden center. As you can see, I decorated it, added a, piano, fish tank, couch, table, chairs, fruit, and this floor. So the floor was actually the terrain. And I tried to smooth it out. I tried to do all kinds of things, and I couldn't do anything with it. So I was able to add this floor to this garden center, and that was all inside the garden center. It was not fun. Then I accidentally deleted the garden center, and then I had to resize it around the floor because I would be darned if I was going to do that floor again. So it was a bit much, but I got it done, so I was pretty excited about that. And then I decided to also update the upstairs And this was a lot of fun. So I repurposed some things. I got the rug and the chairs from certain areas, you know, the lamp, and I had the glow. And then I got this bookcase, and the bookcase was empty. So I made my own books. So all I did, actually, I'm not going to take my books off my bookshelf, am I? I'm going to go into inventory to show you my books. I just created a prim, changed its size. This is fairly close to you. Changed its size, you can see it. And then I just put them together, you know, to a point, just changed the colors of the prims, and then put them on the bookshelf so that they look like books. Just make sure I have just the books there. Okay. I've deleted too many things accidentally, and it's hard to get them back. So and then I put them on the bookshelf. So I just thought it was fun. I know, I think it was you, Albert, you were looking for books. So it was pretty easy to make them. Happy to help if you need help. And then I did I'm still editing something here. And then I did take this, I forget where I took this from, one of the islands when we visited, probably in another class. So that was fun to do. They had said I could repurpose some of that. So I just added a picture up here. But I figured a nice little seating area up here would be nice. So I added that to the loft area. So this was one of my buildings. My thought of this would just be like an outbuilding on campus. Where folks could just relax, have a seat, sit down, talk. Sorry, I don't mean to make you dizzy here. So that's one thing that I added. Now another thing I added, we have to go to the campfire world. So that's what I'm talking about. You have to be okay. I'm just going to teleport to the campfire world here. Oh, and I already took a tour there, so I think this one's it. Okay, so you've seen this. This is where I ended up creating the ramp to one of my favorite places, right? Well, what I ended up doing too, I was talking about the pathway I was making. So I ended up making this pathway. And I didn't color the stairs yet. I should color the stairs, but I had to make it so that I could walk on it. Now I'm going to fly. You know, this pathway here, I didn't make this pathway. It's surrounding the entire campus. But what I did do, it was actually surrounding another area. It was a plain area. So I added another fireplace. I love these fireplaces. So I added another fireplace, added some seating, but then I just cut it off. You'd say I added some stairs so we could get down. And keep in mind, I had to put them low enough so I could get back up as well. Sorry about the trees there. So this might end up becoming the sandbox area that Dr. O'Connor was talking about. I've done some experimenting here myself. And all of these areas, though, you know, around this campus are all interconnected. So that area that you saw, that pathway that you saw me following, was actually coming all the way around here and then leading to just a set of stairs that would lead someone to be able to walk to this area. And then go back up into another area of the campus. So, you know, stuff like that is just fun for me to see and watch and play around with. I'm not quite sure what, like I said, what I'm going to do with this area. Chances are it's going to become my sandbox area, but for the time being I added a fireplace and a seating area too. Let's hope it never rains on this campus, right? Because if it does, all this furniture is going to get moldy. Unless someone's here picking it up. So that's all I have. It's a fun area, fun for me to do. Too long, unfortunately, for me. I added another fireplace here, as you can see. Love these fireplaces. So too long for me to, in fact, oh, I forgot I added this too. Just added some furniture and added a lamp to a table, things like that. So there's just too much for me to completely modify. What I really want to be able to do is start working on some of my rooms. I have to buy a YouTube viewer like Scott. That'll really make a difference. I think I have to buy a computer just so I can have a working computer or working YouTube video. And we'll see. But that's it for now. So I think I'll just relax here. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.